Hello to everybody.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Howdy-ho.
Howdy-ho. How many copyrighted things can we put into one? Well, we're starting today with the positive possum! Because you can do the thing! Whatever the thing is! Whether the thing is a job interview, whether the thing is having a tricky poo, or whether the thing is surviving the episode 30 D&D session, we can do the thing! So, congratulations guys, you're on episode 30 of the Tuesday party of the Blunders and Bothwellians Wounded Witch Edition. All coming from the wonderful LARP event, which is Bothwell's School of Witchcraft, which takes place in the UK. We love it, it's marvellous. We have met each other via it, and hence the name. And it was...
And tickets are going on sale.
Tickets! By the time this is uploaded, the tickets will still almost be on sale in a week for the next one, where you can meet most of the cast of all your favourite people, because we're the only people on the internet who are playing D&D. The only people, I tell you! The only ones. And we all have our characters planned for the next, 5 LARP events,
Forever.
I think. So you can come along and meet us, and it'll be marvellous and glorious and amazing. And it was just about a year ago that several of us started a group Facebook chat for people who fancied playing Dungeons and Dragons. And then people were like, oh, characters, what can we play? This would be great, it would be amazing. And then somebody asked the awkward question, but who can DM? And there was silence on the chat for about a week. And then, after several private conversations with members, I said, maybe I could do some. And here we are, a year later.
a year later and 15.
And the DM is having the time of her life.
Yeah, the DM has bought a lot more pens and pencils and stationery and has an entire, I was going to say cupboard, but that's not the word, an entire bookcase rather, not just a shelf, an entire bookcase dedicated to all her plans and schemes. One shelf is for campaign number 2, one shelf is for the bad guys of this campaign, one shelf is for the world of this game, and the other shelves are for the Tuesday and the Sunday parties. So, to say it has taken over our lives a little would be a very under-exaggeration point. So,
You astound me, Rosie, sometimes.
I am terrifying. I will just show everybody the annoying picture I just sent you. Yay, it's the possum! And now I get to scroll back up through all the memes. Here we go. I don't know if it will show up very well on the stream, but I shall show it anyway. Here it is. It's the picture that I have just sent, which has infuriated everybody. It is the cliff notes of the end game, because every GM needs to know what is going to happen at the end, or at least what could happen at the end, depending on the chaos that their players cause. It could be any number of things. So, the last time we left off in Fort William, you guys had found your old friends, Emily and 8 Inches the Live Mace Man. Yes, I'm enjoying these book titles. Please keep them coming. You guys
We had so much fun with them on Sunday.
Oh, God. Swinging to the left, Death of a Wife. Putting it down, The Lies of Man. 8 Inches, The Lie of Most Men. Smash, The Tale of Wobbly Hips. The Philosopher's Bone. The Sorcerer's Bone. That doesn't exist. That's just a stupid version for people on the Outlands who can't pronounce philosopher. Brokeback Beds. The Creaky Bed. The Neighbour's Tale. That just sounds creepy. That sounds sinister more than anything. She takes a different turn. She becomes a horror author next. So, you guys were in Fort William, enjoying Apricides' newfound fame as an erotic fiction writer, and enjoying Arissa's sudden fame as an infamous vampire hunter with the nickname Buffy. You guys defeated several vampires, some of whom died, some of whom were impaled by Vitheritas on his rather long, pointy pink stick, and several of them who were so damaged that they turned to black mist and disappeared up into the sky. And gosh, oh golly gee, I wonder where they went. Anyone who listens to the Sunday party will know the answer to that. You guys met your friends who you had met, who used to be known as Emily and him, and are now under different names and planning to get married soon. They met you as Cecily and Mayha, very nice, very happy, and you guys spoke to the leaders, and the leader's wife, Bori, gave you a mission should you choose to accept it. They had created a magical explosive device to try and detonate in the Whispering Marshes, just above the border of Borson, where Fort William lies, in Trevice. And you were going to be sent on a mission to set this off to try and stop some of the evil creatures from making it down through and give them a bit of a break, because they'd been having a lot of things attacking them recently, including the vampires. You guys were promised 1,250 gold pieces, 800 given to you before you left, 450 after you get back. Varric, you got confused. You have a -2 to your intelligence. And
what?
that was him being confused. You have a -2 to your intelligence, which lasts for 24 hours until midday tomorrow. You also have disadvantage on the attacks we have previously discussed, on the rolls we have previously discussed. You also
unless I slap people with bear traps, because that's strength based.
This is true. Varric hurt himself in his confusion. Varric also pulled the fortune card, and he saw something that is a potential future. He was asked to choose whether he wanted to see one for himself, one for someone else, or one for the group, and he chose to see one for the group. Vincent Poe, the person you met who came and looked after Reese, turned up to introduce you to the bomb and showed you this bomb thing that has been created. Lots of spinning cogs in a glowy purpley orb with a wind-up handle. You will have 5 minutes to get away. The detonation will hit anywhere up to 5 miles. You have 5 minutes of it counting down before it detonates to get away from it, ideally 2.5 miles away. Apricity has got an extra 5 stake bolts with her crossbow, and you guys got some extra healing potions too. And Redo is going to be staying back in Fort William because she is tired. She said to you in the morning that she had stayed up all night teaching Vitheritas a lesson. And so she is going to stay back and catch up on her sleep. Vitheritas, however, being the brave stoic paladin he is going to soldier on.
And walking like a broken donkey.
I was going to say walking slightly funny.
Well, I will let him decide how he is walking. Navignier is not looking at him. It turns out that you guys overhear a hurried conversation between her and Vitheritas as you guys are sitting around having a meal, and it transpires that Vitheritas forgot to turn his armour around so that she could have a nice sleep in the fireplace, and in fact just threw it off on the floor, and she had to lie awkwardly on the floor, still attached to his armour, or shield rather, and watch everything that ensued the previous evening.
Oh, poor Navignier.
Yes.
She thought she was coming to this realm for amazing adventures, and she's been forced to watch weird sex things.
Yes.
Well, I suppose that's an adventure in itself, isn't it?
Depends. You could get very adventurous.
Certainly an
By the way,
adventure.
my cat is very interested in what's happening.
Oh, hello, cat. Hello.
I'd like to inform you that his Troy had all his 3 sausages, and he is the happiest dog in the
Oh,
Oh,
boy.
Hey, Troy. Are you a happy doggy?
He immediately turned his head to
Aw.
oh,
Hi,
Go
Troy.
see Mummy.
Hello.
yeah. My cat
Go
is
see
giving
Mummy.
me the love eyes.
But
That's cute.
if you gave him the sausages, he's probably going to hang around you in case you give him some more. It's fine. He'll just
Chicken.
knock over my DM screen anyway. It's fine. So,
call
So-
me in.
Troy.
Go see Mummy. There he goes.
Galloping feet. Hello. Hello. Right, sit down. No, careful.
Oh, God. I can hear the clash.
He's going back again. Dun, 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 dun.
But yeah, she's still there. I'm going to go back to Sausage Man.
Yeah, she's still there. You may give me food. I return. Mommy. Okay. So yes, you guys were told that you could go on this mission in the morning. So I'm going to say that we will begin with bacon and sausages in the following morning. So you guys have breakfasted, had some food prepared for your trip. You have been given a map which shows you where you are going. You are going to the... breakfast, says Varric. Yes, indeed. You are going...
Oh, fucking hell, Varric.
The DM is not going to inform you every time you ask this. Your comrades can inform you every time you ask them.
Okay, I forgot the, reading signs. It is in character Varric just asking.
That's fine. So, you guys are sitting around breakfasting. You've been given a map. It's very small. It shows you the border where Fort William is and the top of Borsin, and it shows you where the Whispering Marshes begin and a pathway to sort of the middle of them. But you guys are, and where you guys are heading, we're going on an adventure!
We're going on an adventure, Charlie!
We're going on a bear hunt. We're going to catch a big one. It's going to be marvellous.
Online with that name, Charlie, all I think is a YouTube video of the... Ouch!
Aw, Charlie bit my finger.
Charlie!
So, you guys are breakfasting. You have your map, which is going to show you how to get to the very centre of the Whispering Marshes in Trevice. It should take you about a day to travel there and travel back again, all inclusive of your running away, depending on how quickly you manage to run away. Oh, Varric. So, did anybody have anything they wanted to do and or say or sort out before you head off on your mission?
Buddies, do we need to plan what we're going to do with this bomb when we get there? Or at least, have a plan A and maybe a plan B?
What bomb?
Oh, Varric. Go and sit next to Arissa and she'll explain it to you. Sorry, Arissa.
Okay.
I'd say having a plan.
Sorry.
I'd say having a plan is probably a good idea because I don't know about you, but I think I'd struggle to run 2.5 miles in under 5 minutes.
I'm just going to point to my little short legs not quite touching the floor on the chair that I'm sitting on.
I can fly.
You can fly, Varric. How fast can you fly?
I actually get up and flap my wings a few times, but we're still...
Varric, not inside. Sit down.
Varric,
Okay.
do a dexterity check.
Oh, fuck. Hold on to your plates, everyone.
With disadvantage.
Yeah, that's a nat one.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Okay.
I was just as everybody reaches for a mouthful of coffee or something.
Oh, yeah. Everybody, you find your plates and breakfasts knocked from one to the other. So, Apricity, who is sat next to Arissa, suddenly Arissa finds herself with Apricity's bacon bits in her scrambled egg. And everyone down the table gets sort of a draft. Water, ale, coffee goes sort of flying, jugs are tipped over. A couple of people behind you, sitting on a trestle table bench, get knocked backwards, and one person gets knocked forward into their food.
Ooh, bacon with eggs? I'm gonna eat that. She's gonna try it. Ooh, yum.
Arissa,
You're welcome.
Arissa, make me a wisdom check, please. And Varric, yes, yours is the only plate unaffected because it was in front of you.
Yes. I just fold up my wings and continue eating.
4.
Oh, dear.
She is not a wise lady.
Okay. Arissa, the bacon and egg taste great.
There's a reason her nickname is Bacon Lady. That is the wise.
Exactly.
By the way, Arisa, the dog is still with you. Just to inform you. So he's requesting bacon at the moment.
I will get some bacon.
Thank you. Bark.
Does he say that?
Yeah, he does. He can talk sentences.
Yeah. So he's just going. Bark.
Bark!
I love it.
Yeah, he can actually bark, so he just says bark.
He hopes to blend in as a dog.
Indeed. So anyone else angry about their breakfast?
Or would anyone like to contribute to the plan ideas?
Well, I'm just gonna go. So, remind me again. What are we going to do with that?
We're gonna go boom, Varric. We're gonna go boom.
Can I ask, who was it that ended up... This is out of character. Who ended up with the bomb? I can't remember. Was it Arkin?
I think I was looking over it, and I think I was the last person left with it.
Yeah. That's kind of what I remembered.
Yeah,
So-
I've got on my notes. I've got bomb equals Arkin, but it can be anyone.
So therefore, we are now sacrificing the bomb.
Say that again, Timo, you broke up.
So we're now sacrificing Arkin as the bomb. Eh?
No! Over my cold dead body!
I lost an arm off Reese. I am not doing it again.
Maybe this time you can. Maybe this time you can save an arm and give it to Reese
Oh, God.
to make one complete friend.
So basically, if we set this thing off, it's got, what, a 5-minute timer on it? And we have to get very far away from it.
Yeah, at least 2.5 miles away to not die, but then mad shit happens for 5 miles, I think it was.
Yeah, the bomb will resonate up to 5 miles. You have to be over 2.5 miles away when it explodes, otherwise you are almost definitely going to die. Anywhere between 2.5 and 5 miles, you'll probably get injured, but you have more of a chance.
Is anybody able to do any, like, magical, portally...
Hannibal.
Annabelle looks away.
Hannibal.
Let's not be mean to her, but I don't trust her fucking as far as I can throw her, and that's not very far.
Arissa has that harp.
Oh, remind me what the harp does. Was that a portally glory thing?
I can use a dimension door
Yeah.
as a bonus action,
Yeah,
and I can go to the Arissa.
that's only 5. Thing is, though, that's only 500 feet.
Yes, but the Magnificent Mansion isn't.
Oh.
Are you
That's
suggesting
technically
we
another
set
plane.
the bomb off?
And hide in a
And
pocket
hide.
dimension.
Will
If we
the
stay there
door
long
of
enough,
it
it'll be
protect
fine.
us?
Technically, you can close the door
Arkin.
behind you and open it
Well-
afterwards.
Come up and say, it's a magical bomb. From what I understand in the arcane uses, if that bomb was to go off next to the door, it may destroy the door and would immediately get thrown into the blast radius at the heart of it, still be evaporated.
But what if the door
Generated.
is closed?
It would blow the door off, I'd presume.
Yeah, it would destroy the door.
Is Vincent still around, or did we bid him adieu and he disappeared?
He left.
Shit, I wanted to give him something for Reese.
Darius is
Why are you very attached to that
slowly
carpet of
working
yours? You
out
could
that
just let it bring the bomb and leave it there to be destroyed.
I'd hate to suggest it, but we could use 1-1 as a suicide bomb.
Or you can use your carpet.
Oh, I don't want to lose the carpet either, but that's better than 1-1.
To be fair, we could use the mega goat.
if my maths is about right,
Uh-huh.
I could ride my elk
Ooh.
and just make it outside.
So that sounds awesome. But if we're going to the bad place in the bad lands with the bad people, it
You mean
might
the place
not be
that I call home?
yeah, the place that actually, yeah, you'll be fine. Fuck, let's send Bertie in. He loves it there. But I'm just thinking, like, you might be able to ride your elk, but what if there's like bad guys in the way and you get slowed down and then you're dead?
Last time I checked, he can trample.
Uh-huh. I would lend you my necklace of fireballs so you could shoot the shit out of things if you wanted.
taps his cloak. I think I might be okay in that regards.
Oh. I still don't know what the cloak does, do I?
Not yet.
It's dangerous.
He's worked it out though.
I just thought it was a pretty shiny cloak that you had, Verti.
It has some additional uses.
Didn't think you bought it in any special market or anything.
No, it was one of those cards.
Ooh, cards.
Barrick, that is not a reason to draw another one.
Not inside. Also, don't go outside just yet and pull one. Just plan first, and then you can fuck shit up.
Ooh, I like that plan.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
45 miles.
So, Vitheritas are you suggesting that we, as a party, get as close as we can, destroying bad guys, and then send you in alone on the elk to detonate the bomb, and then we watch you run towards us, hopefully not dying?
Well, on the upside, I'd point out your horses are slightly faster than my elk.
I don't know how fast my boar is.
Wait,
Probably a little bit on the slower side.
Yeah. He's a little bit porky.
And I'm also going to follow that.
hey, Ryan. Hey, Kiara. Hey, Max. No, don't eat my dice.
Who's eating your dice?
My cat.
It's Erin. She's really hungry.
No, my cat is eating my dice.
Exact replica. So, Rosie, is my board just, generic for 5e D&D thing that I can search on Tinterwebs?
Yes.
So, speed 40 feet.
His speed, because wasn't he like a big boar?
You just text. This was when I was in the pub. That one of the games that I missed. the only game that I missed. I was like, no.
I think
and you guys text me and said, do you want a horse or a something or a boar? And I was like, obviously a boar.
Obviously the boar. I think he's quite a big boar, so yeah, it would be 40 to 45 feet.
Okay, thanks. I should have written it down, but I didn't.
Rosie, what's my flying speed like?
Your flying speed was what we had. I will just check my card list, because we did write it down.
Yeah.
I'll just check my card notes.
Oh, I just realised that Rog is a place.
Rogue is the capital of
Yeah.
Apricity, is there any reason why we can't be 5 miles directly up?
Ooh.
It could be directly up.
How would we be 5 miles directly up?
Well, someone could sit on the flying carpet.
There's also the winged.
Yeah.
I'd much rather send someone up with the flying carpet.
Varric, your flying speed is 60 feet.
Nice.
Because you're attuned to your wings now.
Oh shit! Yes.
I quite like the idea of having it go on the flying carpet again, because Redo seems to be hogging it, but
I'm sure if you asked nicely, you could get it.
Do you still want on it after Rido and Verti had it in the room this time?
Navinye gives out a very audible shudder. Sound is jumping all over the place.
Uh-oh. I think people are coming in and out.
Hey, welcome back.
Hello.
Hello.
My sound was bouncing all over the place, so I just left.
That's okay.
The suggestion I made was that you should consider if you still want to use the flying carpet, considering the fact it was with Rido and Verti in their room.
Oh, yeah,
And
no, I'm fine. I'm fine.
They shuddered.
We could make a backpack, and I could be like on Varric's back, or
Yes.
maybe on his tummy actually, because if his wings are on his back, I'd just be like the little baby in the papoose.
I'd be like a flying kangaroo.
Fuck yeah.
Flying kangaroo elf. Let's see what Google brings me.
Oh god. So your plan so far is to scatter?
Yeah, this is the problem. I don't feel like... I don't like the idea of sending just someone on their own in, but... might have to be it.
Well,
Annabelle,
I could do something. As I'm probably the most qualified to understand how a bomb works. I could start the detonation sequence. I could cast a spell on myself that's faster than normal, and I could also hopefully fly out there as well. I should be able to get out the blast radius, and then if I see it coming close, I could teleport a little bit further away.
Or you can end up dying.
Well, there's that, but there's not that many options going right now.
How do we know how heavy the bomb is?
The bomb is not ridiculously heavy. It's about the size of a like a divination crystal ball. So quite heavy. Like you'd need to be able to throw it properly. You'd need probably 2 hands to throw it, but I wouldn't recommend throwing it. It's not particularly weighty. Probably weighs the same amount as a full milk carton, like 4 pints of milk. And it's made of like cogs and gears and magic and things.
Oh yeah, so chucking it might not be a good idea in case we smash it to pieces. I was going to suggest using my mage hand, but that doesn't actually have much of a range on it. It's like a 30-foot range, that shit.
I do think that Arissa just raised a viable up as well.
But if it's magic...
Spells and other magical effects can't pass the barrier of the dome.
Oh, I should have read the whole thing, shouldn't I? Okay, I apologize.
So even if it's a magical bomb, we should be safe, in theory.
And it's comfortable.
What's the dome called?
Layman's tiny hut. I already have it prepared.
10-foot radius. 9 meters.
So we'd have to run like a little while away. We'd have to run 10 feet away and then we'd be fine.
Yeah, we're not going to stand over the bomb and just include it in our magic.
Yeah, nothing else gets hit.
So we could maybe... Go on.
It was chuckling.
So we could, like, leave our mounts somewhere so that they don't get blown up, trundle over, run away a bit, hide in a lump, and then we can watch the devastation through it.
And then there's this little circular patch of grass that's completely clear, and the rest of the world is just severely destroyed.
I think that sounds like a great idea. Do we know what will be left after the bomb explodes? If it's a magical bomb, will it be safe for us to walk around in the area?
I presume that it will depend on where we decide to set it off.
You presume that what? Sorry, my sound broke up.
It'll depend on where we set it off.
Okay. So maybe we could get to the bomb drop point and winged people and flying carpet people, escape vehicles. We could start the detonation and then try and fly away a bit so that we're massive thing, and then jump in the little hut. Ooh, what do you mean, Varric? That there might be an option. Keep it as a powerful artifact. Yeah. But I want to come back for the wedding, if at all possible. Looks to Arissa. Wedding.
Okay. I forgot what we were planning with it, but if you all want it, then okay.
I believe we took on a job. I think we should follow it through.
Oh yeah, that was why we were planning stuff with a bomb.
Just so you're all aware, I have a map of the bomb and how much damage you'll take depending on what radius you are to it. It ain't pretty. It ain't pretty.
Do we have a actual location we've been told to set it off, or just a general vicinity?
You have a general vicinity that is marked out on your map, and it seems they're trying to get you as close to the centre of the Whispering Marshes as possible.
Oh, so we've blown the marshes off the map. Okay.
The cat agrees.
Rosie?
Yes.
Just a quick out-of-character mention. If you want... If this happens and we blow the marshes off the map, just let me know what kind of wasteland remains, so I can edit the map and send an updated version.
Okay.
Also, Rosie, since Vitharitus came via that way, are there any bridges across that gap of water that he would know about?
Which gap of water?
There's
I'm
a
presuming it's a
little,
gap of water.
there was a little river between the Whispering Marshes and
Oh yeah.
thingy.
There is very deliberately no built bridges over it, but you guys have become aware from talking to the people here at Fort William that people have been making crossing points. Evil creatures who can fly have been flying over it, and a lot of other creatures have been making crossing points.
I presume Verth would know at least some of the
I would say
way through there.
I would say you could. You would know one or two.
Yeah.
You can have an idea of where some of them are, but yeah.
Well, then he'll point out the nearest one on the mapping, basically suggests that we cross there into the marshes and then head towards the center.
Okay.
Sure.
We can always plan along the way. It seems like there's a little journey before.
And we'll be able to see anything until we actually get to the marshes, at least.
And cross on foot, do you think, Vitharitus?
Only partially got that.
Do you think they should cross on foot, I believe was the question.
It would probably be good to at least have our mounts with us for a quick escape if we need. But if we're all going to hide in this little bunker, I don't know if the mounts and us are all going to fit.
Glenn, because my sound is fucking up all over the place. You said if we're going to hide, and I didn't hear anything.
If we're going to hide in this bunker, I don't know how many of us plus our mounts will fit. So I think we need to pick our mounts wisely.
Yeah, I think it said like 9. You appears around you and up to 9 medium or smaller creatures.
So I think any unnecessary mounts we leave behind.
So like the goat and 1/1.
I can fly.
Yeah, but you
So
still
Ma-
need to be under the. Oh, you mean so fly all the way there?
Yeah.
Yeah, Matika can stay. My horse.
Yeah.
And then I could also carry someone if needed.
Ooh.
To
Or someone
save on another mount.
and someone can ride with me.
That's true.
And Hannibal's mount doesn't actually matter because Hannibal's mount can just like evaporate
Poof.
into thin air and then repoof when we need her.
And
Pretty
on
much.
that note, I believe Arkan you summon mounts as well.
Yeah, my own, yeah. It's big enough for 2 people.
I reckon we take the summoned mounts with us. So that will give us at least 3 mounts.
Arkan, what can you summon? Any particular mount?
Just my horse.
So that's 3 summoned mounts. We can carry 6. And Barrack flies. I think that's pretty much everyone, right? Plus, we've got the flying carpet. I don't think the carpet really needs to worry about breathing.
1, 2, 3. So, hang on, math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then Anna and Arkin as well. And then the mounts will disappear, and obviously Barrack will fly. Yeah.
Oh, we're just blowing up that entire triangle to just like make sure that the countries are separated.
I think that's the plan. I think it's kind of to fuck up their passage.
Also, if you
Why
remove
don't we
those
just
marshes, you'd probably be able to see anything coming.
Yeah.
fair? But why don't we just build a huge wall and make the marshes pay for it? Sorry, I had to.
Barrack is still feeling dumb. Yeah, I think this sounds not too scary.
Yes.
So, for the sake of my notes, now that you've decided, what is your 100% decided plan?
By the sense of it, we'd take the summoned mounts, the flying carpet, and head into the marshes, set the bomb off, get as far away as possible, and then hide in Layman's tiny hut.
And pray for our lives.
Quick question. What's the flying speed of the carpet?
I will find out for you.
Just to check how quick Ridu stayed behind.
Oh, yeah.
She was tired after, the lesson that she gave Verti.
Yeah, I remember. I was there making notes for my next book. I mean, what?
Is anybody going to drive with in my steed, by the way? My creature with me? With Hannah?
I'm not driving with you because you're going to eat me.
She hasn't eaten you yet. What the hell would she eat you now?
Okay. Your carpet's flying speed is 40 feet.
So slightly slower than my elk.
That's because of how many people it can carry.
Right, you. Anyone else see a problem with this?
No?
No, of course not.
Well, based on that, if Ridu's staying behind, Apricity can go with Arkan, I guess. Arissa can go with me. Hannibel's got her own mount. Varric can fly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Okay, so
Unless he doesn't want to like get tired in case he has to run away, so he can just ride them out.
Is that a never getting on my elk?
So that is Arkin with Apricity. And
Eric, I still say you shouldn't waste your wings and your strength. You need to run away.
Maybe a good idea.
Yeah, I also think so.
Okay, so Arkin's going with Apricity on her mount. Who is going on the carpet?
Oh yeah, shit, we had that thing as well.
Yeah, true. Arista can take the carpet, I guess.
We could roll. We could also.
She's gonna be so bad at driving.
I think we need to write this down.
DM is on
The
it.
actual shit. You.
Oh no.
Damn.
Yeah,
Century
back.
up and back.
Woohoo.
My sound keeps going.
No, I think it's the connection right now. It also went off for me a few times.
Verti, did we just jump twice?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, yes, we did.
Yeah, that's the double break. We the sound broke up. Well, for Apricity, then we forced two jumps across the world to
Okay.
make sure that it works again, and now it should work better.
Okay, thanks.
We just
Let me
traveled
have
the
it myself.
world for you.
Yep.
Oh, guys.
Guys. So, Vitheritas, you're on your elk. Arissa, you're on the carpet. Apricity, you're with Arkin on your mount. Varric, you gonna join Arissa on the carpet then?
Ooh, that's a good idea.
It is.
Nah.
Show me the world.
Always with the joke. Always the same joke.
I would like to point out that Fifi sang that song to Crawford at Bothwell at the dinner table.
Beautiful.
I think I'll remember that.
You probably will have heard it. He was talking about his lame engagement, so Fifi was just like, but you don't have to if you don't want to, and started singing this song. It was great. Okay, so, yeah, Arkin and Apricity, Arissa and Varric, and Vitheritas, all by himself on his elk with... Oh, and Novigne, so I'll put her in there too.
Yep.
So he's not all by himself. Okay. And who is carrying the bomb as you go?
Me.
Me.
I want to say me, but you probably wouldn't let Hannibal have it.
Right.
Hannibal, are you going to be like poofing behind them, or are you flying with? Are you going with someone on something?
She's already had a poof, but since everyone is going to take a steed, she's pretty much just going to summon one of her creatures and ride it.
On creature. Yep, that is fine.
Ew, no beastology.
Ew.
Vitheritas
You know that
starts
doesn't
singing
affect me. I mean the furry fandom.
Novigne pops up. Ahem. Ever since you started banging that red-headed girl, you've forgotten all about me. I was the original fiery girl in your life, Vitheritas.
Oh.
But
Oh shit, that's all going through that telepathic bond from the shield,
Yep.
right?
Yes. In fact, I believe that means everyone else can hear it as well.
We're all just kind of awkwardly averting our eyes.
This is the second argument you've heard between Vitheritas and Novigne already this morning.
Again, I'm like frantically writing notes. Okay. Has everybody got rations and weapons and all of their health back? I'm slightly scared.
I think we're all fighting fit.
If anything, we'll just blow up a little bit.
I'm more
Oh,
worried about
wait,
all
that's
the
bad.
fucking creatures that we're going to find on the way. If we're going against the flow of all the bad guys that are coming from Trevis right now.
Yeah, but like all of those rangers weren't as good as us, so we'll be
And I'll
fine.
try to lead us on the same path that I took.
Okay. I'm going to look from Varric to Vitheritas and kind of steel myself. Okay. Okay.
And if something gives us a tough time, we'll just shoot it, I guess.
Or pull a card.
I'm strumming my bow now, just like.
What's the worst thing that could happen?
Oh, and she just jinxed it. We're doomed.
Sorry, I'm the DM. It all goes wrong for me. You guys never do what I plan. It's terrible.
So I thought you were, planning on having us nuke an entire part of a country.
What? Of course! Of course. Why would I not plan that? No, why would I not?
Boom.
Hey, this was your side quest.
After we've done endgame and everything's like the dust has settled a little bit, can we have like a debrief session or two where you walk us through like your plans and point out all the bits that we fucked up, and all the clues that we missed?
This was
and all the
something that I had
characters
originally planned to happen. It's now going to be in campaign 2 because you completely fucked that one up. Yes. Yes, we can.
I'd love that.
We are taking donations. Anyone who's listening to this, we're taking donations so that we can all come together and have a big group end game session with both groups in the same place.
Yeah.
So the Tuesday group can watch the Sunday group as they wrap up, and then the Sunday group can watch the Tuesday group as they wrap up and offer helpful tips and advice. It'll all be beautiful. So yes. PM us on Facebook if you want to send us money. Okay. Push the red button, push the red button, push the red button. When I say a great big threatening button, I watched that episode of Doctor Who recently. So, you guys have a plan. Are you going to set off? Is this it? This is the end. Up the snort!
We're going to die. We're going to die today, oh my.
Oh, wait. We should have one last drink to the lyrics of Parting Glass before we leave.
Where are we eating breakfast right now?
You are in the mess hall, which is the same place you came running into when you first got out of the way of the vampires.
I didn't get any of the words of that. I'm really sorry.
Oh, sorry.
You said the first something.
You're in the mess hall bit where everyone was eating when you first came in.
Okay, I heard you're in the when you first came in. Sorry, my sound is really bad today. I don't know why.
Yeah, I'll have those days, sadly.
Cool. We're in a mess hall in a kind of barracksy 40 area. Is there anybody that would serve any alcohol or be able to dish us around some drinks, do you reckon?
Yes.
Yeah.
For no charge. I'll say that because everyone
I would like
else...
to hail someone. Go on.
Oh, I was saying that you can do it for no charge, and that I will talk. I'll keep talking because people who can hear me, and I'll try and type everything as well. So yes, I'll put that in my notes as well. Alcohol.
So what you're saying, we are now planning to drunk bomb.
You are brought 3 alcohol choices. 1 a bright red shot. 1 a mug of honey-coloured something. And 1 a small glass of dark purple liquid. So guys, you've got a choice. Would you like to have a bright red shot, a honey-coloured something in a mug, or a small glass of dark purple liquid? What would you like?
Honey-coloured.
I'll join in on the honey-coloured as well.
I'll go with the glass of dark purple, and I will grab Arissa's drink from her hand and trade it with one of her magical non-alcoholic ones.
I'll switch Arissa and my glasses.
And I will trade glasses again. and glare at Varric.
Hannibal, did you want the purple liquid or the red shot?
Purple, please.
Okay. Arkin?
I'm gonna have the purple ones.
The purple one. Okay. Okay. Constitution saves, everybody, please.
Add +4. You're drinking with a paladin.
Ooh, do we get +4?
Wait, what do we need? Sorry?
Ooh, I rolled an 18.
What are we rolling? I'm sorry?
Constitution save.
Troy,
Oh.
go see mommy. Don't sit underneath the chair.
Shit.
Oh, thank heavens for the +3. Okay. So I have 10.
So that's with my plus, with your +4 and my.
20.
Oh, very nice. With the
Take
+4.
into it. No, that's with more than a +4.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, hang on. I might have actually got that wrong. Let me double check. Nope, that's right.
Paladin is doing maths.
So I got a lucky 7 with a nat 1.
Yeah, lucky 7.
Good lord.
30 is on his ass.
But it was a nat 1. So I will put that into my calculations.
Oh shit, he's dead. He did.
Varric, you got a 19. And
Oh wait, I forgot my
a
1. So
Oh my
that
God.
makes 20 total, not natural.
Okay.
I just
I'm actually
totally
weak right
had an
now.
amazing thought.
Arissa, what's your constitution save?
She has
didn't drink
the
alcohol,
non-alcoholic.
Yeah, I'm not drinking alcohol.
Oh, okay.
Due to paladins like not be able to get poisoned or anything, does that mean he can drink forever and not get alcohol poisoning?
Yes,
it wouldn't
because
be the
he's in-
alcohol poisoning. He'd probably just get very drunk. You can still be drunk. Drunk is not a disease.
Oh no, I'd be like, but with actual alcohol poisoning to the point where someone might die, but he can just keep going.
If that's what you want to be doing, then sure. It's a very unpaladin-y thing to do, I guess. Okay, so...
Says you.
Actually, it's immunity to disease, not poison.
Haha, there you go. My paladin is awesome, I'll have you know. So, Ridu is asleep. Arissa, you get a very nice, refreshing glass of something that it tastes like a glass of key lime pie. It's like, it tastes sweet like meringue, but it's got like a hint of citrus.
Nice.
Apricity,
Yes, darling.
you drink a small glass of purpley liquid, and in a few gulps you've drunk it, and it's sort of warm, but the drink itself was quite cold, and it tastes a bit like drinking sour Skittles.
Nice.
That's good.
Arkin, same for you. It sort of warms you up a little bit. It tastes quite sour but fruity, like maybe some berries you've had before. Like you've picked some quite sour berries that were still edible, and you've had those. You two took the purple. Hannibal, you also took the purple. Hannibal, it doesn't warm you up. It sort of burns your throat a bit, and it tastes very sour. It sort of leaves you sort of going a little bit, looking like a dog after he's eaten peanut butter.
What on earth? Disgusting.
Varric, you had the honey-coloured one. This one sends a sort of shiver Varric, the honey one sends a little shiver down your spine, but it's a pleasant shiver. It's almost like a hand giving you a slow, like a stroke on the back. And your mouth is full of this very sweet honey-like liquid. And you finish your glass, and it's very, very sweet. But it's also quite calm. It's like a sort of like a toffee or a caramel. The Theritas. You took the red pill, Neo,
Ah, shit.
you take a shot of yes, Hannibal, you can.
Thank you.
You can tell us what you do in a second. Theritas, yes, it's a very small glass in your quite large tiefling hand, and you take the shot back, and for a second you just sort of swallow it and do nothing, and then suddenly this burning eruption starts in your stomach, and you feel it creep very fast, and you're for a moment panicking. Is it going to go down? Is it going to go up? Oh no, oh no. But it comes up your throat and you can feel it bubbling and you're like, oh god, am I going to be sick? Oh god, I have no idea. Could you do me a constitution save again, please?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
No
That
way.
is the second dice to dice prison tonight. That's another nat one.
No way.
Meanwhile, Hannibal has placed her glass down, glared at it, and then it slowly starts to melt, leaving a sort of burning wooden mess on the table. Was
I'm not happy.
that a 1 again for Theritas? Yay! Alright. The Theritas, bubbling up out of your throat comes a almighty belch. Such as one we may have heard Arissa's player give occasionally. And who is sitting opposite you? Let's find out. Would anyone like to volunteer to be sitting opposite the Theritas?
Barrack.
Yeah, I was waiting for Varric to offer.
If not, I will 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh well, it will be Varric if I have rolled it. So unless anyone else would like to volunteer, Varric, could you do me a dexterity check, please?
Varric?
Oh my.
Hey, can you guys hear me still?
We can
Yeah.
now.
Hey now.
Varric,
Ah.
Varric, can you do a dexterity check, please?
Yeah, I just did. I
Oh.
thought I announced that, but
Sorry, we
my
couldn't hear
mic
you.
was muted.
Oh, okay.
I rolled 2 18s and both of those get a +6 still. Is it dex check or save?
Dex save.
In that case, that's
You still get your +4.
Even though it's a disadvantage. Okay. In
yeah.
which
I
case-
rolled 2 18s and I get +13 to it, so that makes 31.
Okay. In which case, I will make you take a quarter of the damage for this, which means Varric, you take 5 points of fire damage as the Theritas basically breathes out a huge burp that smells of sulfur and almost like a breath of fire comes out. And the Theritas, you take 9 points of damage on just your lungs and your throat, which means that for the next few hours, breathing is going to be a little sore for you.
What a nice way to start a journey.
Does Navinia look impressed though?
Now, Vignette, she's seen cooler things, but she sort of looks up and sort of says, "Well, that makes you much more interesting." Yes, Varric, you can hide.
Okay.
The only place you can really go right now is under the table.
Can I grab him by the back of his shirt and just pull him back up and putting him on his seat like a bad child?
Yeah, but Varric, you sort of try and shimmy under the table, shimmy under the table and feel yourself hoiked back up by Hannibal's hand.
I glare.
I glare back and sit him down.
Also, nighttime, daytime, nighttime, daytime. Could you all, except for Varric, Hannibal, and Vetheritas, could everybody else do me a perception check, please?
13?
Yep.
If those 5 points are the difference to knocking me out or not from the bomb, Ooh, you'll have an issue with Varric when he wakes up.
Okay, 16 for Pristy, 16 for Arkin.
I adore the little daytime nighttime gif. It's so funny.
Arissa, can you do a perception check?
I suppose.
Every time I think of Varric like hiding, that's how I imagine him doing it.
Yeah, but he has to like sneak like Solid Snake below it.
Okay.
Yep.
All three of you who aren't involved in this fire breathing madness. So Apricity, Arkin, and Arissa. All the A's, the A team are on point. And they all notice that just as you slammed all your glasses down, like one at a time after finishing your glasses and your shots and the fire, another person has joined you, sitting down on the end of the bench and slammed down their own goblet just after you'd all finished.
Sup, buddies? Haven't seen you in a long time.
You look over and you recognise it is Kel. Kalosia has arrived.
In no armor, just black robes. Comfortable looking. Kind of looking like that, except the mask and the hood up.
Oh, hey, Kel.
Oh my god!
Oh, right.
Arissa jump hugs you.
Vithera suggests that you should try the red stuff.
Oh, why not? Pass over.
Okay, do me a constitution save.
I duck.
I grab him again.
Okay, on it.
What did I miss? Sorry.
You guys, with your perception check, managed to see that Kalosia has joined you just on the end of the bench.
Just literally appeared.
No, you didn't notice him because of all the sort of fiery breathing and shot drinking that was going on, but he was sat there.
He is a professional alcoholic.
Is that with or without the +4 that he'll get?
Oh, that was without it, actually.
Okay, so you might want to change your name over as well, Kalosia.
Yeah.
So you take a shot of this. Oh, sorry. Yes, Troy. Yes, there you go. You stay. Good boy. Right. Sorry. Yes, you take a shot of this red liquid, and it tastes a little bit like sort of dark chocolate with chili in it. So fiery, but quite bittersweet. But you drink it, and it's okay. You're not quite sure why they were so desperate for you to drink it, or why Varric suddenly attempted to duck under the table, but yeah, it was alright.
Not too bad.
Also, since the last time you saw them, you have become aware that Apricity has written a lot of erotic novels.
I know, he's the one that gave them all to fucking Arkin.
Yeah.
Apparently he's my #1 fan.
And, so Arkin, ain't saying hi?
Say that again.
Says, so Arkin, you're not saying hello at all?
Oh, sorry. That was quite a lot of alcohol I just drank. It was very nice, but I just, yeah. Hi.
I fill another glass and throw it, like glide it across the table to him. There you go, I'll get you better.
Oh, I might just save this for later. And he pours it into a little hip flask and he tucks it into his cloak.
Yeah, I don't want to stop this, but I kind of need it. I really need an answer to this question. I'm sorry.
Yep, I've just read it. It was just loading for me. And this is Kalosia. He was with you guys when you were in the capital. And well, Kalosia, do you want to remind her who you are?
Yeah,
I How's the assassin dude that you nearly killed in the Uzi place?
Oh, the asshole. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Perfect. Yes, Varric,
Can
you
I
may.
say asshole in this?
Would you
thing?
would you like the purple one, the red one, or the honey one? The purple one. Okay, do me a constitution check. Sorry, constitution save, sorry.
Constitution save is, yeah. 9 plus 4 makes 25.
Okay, you taste sort of bitter, sour berries, Skittles, and it slides down your throat and it's very, very pleasant.
Okay.
I would like to look over to Closure and smile and say, "Oh, nice to see you. Welcome back. How have your travels been?"
Hello. Not too bad. I've been following the other little group of Arisses. Or the other Arisses, and
Wait, are there Arissas? Plural? Is there more than one of me? More than two of me? More than me and the other one?
it's you and the other one.
Okay.
As far as he knows.
I'm still going to sit there looking very confused because I don't really know what's going on with this double thing.
Yeah, I was the one that gave the information to Cypher about exactly what happened. Fortunately, I'm sorry to hear about that, about your order there, Verdi. They seem to be on their way to Risha, and I believe the last message I got off of Cypher was that he's now over there with them and trying to get some information off of them. Taking a little book off of my table and infiltrating.
You want Sunday Arissa to meet Tuesday Varric. You never know, it might happen. Maybe that's one of the things I blacked out.
Maybe it's in the end game. Oh god, the end game. I'd have to play 2 Arissas.
Ooh. It's like that really old Bugs Bunny where he plays like every person on the baseball field.
That would be interesting in a fight scene as well, to just see, like...
Yeah.
I think Arissa would just be busy making friends with herself.
Yeah, we all know what that means.
I can answer the age-old question of, is it masturbation or is it sex? Or is it incest?
Ah,
Let's
that's
say it's
very
all three.
interesting.
I'd assume all of the above.
It's D&D, we'll go with all of the above, it's fine. We live in a Game of
Yep.
Thrones loving world. Incest is hot now, remember?
Yeah, Pressity. I forgot. Here's a little thing for you. This is go with your coin. Pulls out his secondary weapon, silent, and just in the sheath just tosses it over to you.
I'm gonna do a one-handed catch, looking really cool.
Do me a dexterity check.
One.
Oh, fuck, lucky 7.
I'm gonna do something and look really cool. Oh, are you? Says the DM.
So just straight dexterity.
Yes, please.
Okay, so 11. I rolled a lucky 7.
Okay. You catch the scabbard. The blade starts to come out of it, and you have to reach your other hand up to catch the handle and like put it back in again.
Slightly losing my cool. Wow. Thanks, Kel. What's this for?
I don't exactly have a need for it at the moment or anymore.
Wow, I really appreciate that. I wish I had something to give you. Not like that.
You just see like
A starring role in his new novel.
a slight little grin on his face, and just kind of goes, someday.
Apricity, who is not one to blush.
Discovers that she does in fact blush.
Suddenly starts studying the scabbard closely.
Do you remember that picture I sent of it? It's the serpent one. It kind of waves. No, well, I'll find it.
No, I don't remember. Write it down.
I got it. Oh fuck! I just.
So when you said in the private message you put 1d8 plus 2d8 poison damage. So is that 1d8 normal damage and then 2d8 poison damage?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Pink body. Ooh. I don't think I've seen that before.
So, while those two get a little close, get a little close over some sword play.
I love somebody got the pun.
Thank you very much. So, you guys can take him with you if you want. If you want him to come with you on your bomb expedition.
Oh dear.
Oh, Barrick! I'm enraged in character and out of character.
Varric dropping bombs in game and out.
Gully up, baby, gully up.
I'm gonna ignore Varric for quite some time now.
Yeah.
Can I kind of look from Arkan to Kalosia and kind of look thoughtful and be like, wow, Arkan, you really do look like Kalosia sometimes. I think more and more, actually.
And he like whispers to you, I don't know if that's a compliment or not.
Oh dear.
You just see a small pebble throwing across the table and smacking against Arkan's head, going, "I read lips, Arkan."
And he doesn't put his hand down. I didn't think he could read my lips behind my hand, but okay then. And I still don't know if that's a compliment, but okay.
I think you can take it as a compliment, Arkan.
Okay, then thank you, I guess. I trust you, Apricity.
I'm gonna whisper back to Arkan. I'll let him know how good you got at drinking too. He'll be really proud of that.
Oh, thank you. I'm trying. I just don't really like the hangover thing. That's not so good.
Fair. How are you feeling now?
Happy. A bit tipsy, but I'm okay. Are we going now? Is that what we're And at this point, Bori, the wife, will come striding over to you, and she's smiling, and she claps a hand on several of your shoulders, and says, "Right, today's the day. I came to wish you good luck and good speed, and hope you have every possible success. And we should see you late tonight. We'll be awake, certainly. I'll be keeping watch for you."
Are we good to leave some of our mounts in the stables here?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Of course. I'll see they're well catered for. You're doing
Thank
us a
you.
great service. Well, I would say we don't know how to repay you, but we've already negotiated that, haven't we?
Vitharus will just sling his guitar over his shoulder and nod to Bori and then go out to start dealing with the horses.
Alright.
Varric will just happily saunter along because, well, he has no clue what's going on anymore. Suddenly, suddenly Kel's back, and there's more people, and then what's going on?
Vitharus
Oh, we're
will
leaving.
just grin and point in the general vicinity of where he last saw it and goes, "You can go fetch the goat."
What
Okay.
goats?
I believe when you summon somehow.
Okay. No, just like walk off and just. Rosie, how many goats are there in the city? I'm gonna pick up a random one.
Okay.
I'm simply gonna straight up and say to Restagoin, he get dumber when I left?
Varric, you find around 15 different goats. Would you like a ginger one, a grey one, a black one, or a blonde one?
Ginger.
Okay, one ginger goat.
I want to pick it up and fly over to Verti and just say, "Here you go." Or did you want the other one? And I'll immediately turn back and fly to find a blonde one.
Yeah,
And just hand him that as well.
Chloe's just gonna be just staring at him wide-eyed, like, what the fuck happened to him?
He went dumber with one of those delicious cards.
Oh, okay.
Yes, been happening a lot lately.
Some cards have been quite fun.
Yes, but I did have to cut his leg off, so that was interesting.
I don't think you had to cut his leg off. I think that was a choice that you made, but
Yeah, it is easier.
And I missed that?
Yes, yes, you did.
God damn it.
we'll recount it to you in better detail.
I can cut it off
at
again
time.
if you want.
I'll drink to that.
Yeah.
Either of these goats the right goat?
The right goat meaning the one that Varric pulled out of the bag.
Yeah.
Yep.
Verti,
no.
that one was elk-sized. I couldn't carry
I was
an
gonna say-
elk-sized goat. I just handed you two totally random.
So in the stables right now is the big goat, and Varric's just gone and collected like 2 extra goats for us.
Not a session goes by when the paladin does not facepalm.
In that case, I'll just go. Oh, did you want the other one? And I'll just like run off to head off to go and find a different goat.
If you want,
I
you
believe
can
you
give him
should
a detailed
stop asking
description
him
of the
about
goat
this.
he's looking for.
I believe someone should carry him at this point.
I'm gonna shoo the 2 goats out of the stables. Go send my elk.
I collected those for you.
And then I'll send.
Fetch the goats.
Then I'll send my elk.
That was really horrible because that was doubled through my ears.
It's the screaming goat from the Taylor Swift song. Carry on.
Yeah.
Okay.
I take it back.
do a perception check for the elk.
Oh, for fuck.
Elk
You're
comes
cursed,
back with a small
Batman! You're
squirrel.
cursed!
I have just sent in 3 separate dice.
Okay. The elk goes out, scratches its nose on the ground, looks around, and comes back with a small child. Who is probably about 5 years old and is currently wearing like handmade little like donkey ears and looks like he's been like practicing dress up with some friends or something and is looking very confused because he's being nudged in to this place to up towards a massive armored tiefling horny guy. by a very large, terrifying elk buffing him in the back with his nose. And the elk sort of stands there looking proud of himself, like the like Maximus the horse from Tangled, like. And this kid is like, and like pees himself.
Oh god.
Still just go to the kid. You can go, kid, and then just like shoves his thumb in the direction of the other horses and gets his elk to go back.
The kid does not hesitate and runs away.
That kid is gonna have some great stories to tell to his other friends though.
This kid is now scarred for life. Oh dear. So, yes, right. So, the rest of you, are you going to come out and join your mumbling, muttering paladin, following the shrieks of laughter from Novigne?
Yes, Hannibal is going to come out and she's going to start summoning one of her large creatures. While everyone is laughing.
Varric, do a perception check.
Wait, since perception is based on wisdom,
It may well be at disadvantage, yes.
I'll survive. I'll survive. That's a 27. Wait, do I get the +4 from being near Verti? Oh no, not because I'm in the city now, finding the goat.
And it's 30 saves.
Oh, okay. In that case, yeah, that's a 27 to try and find the massive goat.
Okay, yes. You eventually spot a rather large goat quite nearby and think, that's different. And you swoop down, and when you get close to it, you think, oh, I do remember this goat. Oh, yes, this must be it. Arissa's going to start standing on the back of 2 goats, 1 foot on each, Jack Sparrow style, like, woohoo! Riding
Hannibal is quickly going to grab her and put her back on the ground.
My goats.
My battle goats!
I can eat them if you'd prefer.
No.
Okay. Don't go on them again.
Alright, so I'm walking outside. Rustle Arkin's head walking past them. And you see, if you remember what that mark is on my back.
I'm assuming you're wearing clothes, but sure.
Yeah, well, when people saw me topless.
He is now no longer wearing clothes all of a sudden.
He's been around you guys too long.
You see a red glow from that, and he puts his hand out. And then you see a little shadow appear up and forms up to a big, massive horse. And his name is Shadowmare.
I'm getting Hannibal feels.
No, she's no shit. He's still getting told.
The paladin's still just muttering as he like.
He's finally getting to the end of his tether, just like, for fuck's sake, Carnal Eclipse, what the fuck are you gonna say?
Can I proudly return the massive goat now?
Yes, you may. To which
I wanna ride in on
Novigne
him.
starts clapping. Woohoo!
I'll take a bow actually, and then hop off the goat and just go. Is this it? I can return it.
That's the right one.
Yes, it's your goat.
Let's see what's behind door number 1.
Alright, so I have Arissa and Varric going on the flying carpet. Arkin and Apricity going together on the back of a mount, which I assume is the boar or this giant goat, one of the two.
I think it was going to be a summoned one from Arkin so that it could then disappear.
Okay, that's fine. You can be on the summoned one. Betheratas is on his elk with Navigne. Hannibal is on her own creature. Okay. So, y'all ready to set off?
Vitharitus was ready a couple of goats ago.
I believe he's been traumatized by goats.
Their test was already hours ago. Can we just do a quick count of how many people we've got then? So we've got Bertie. Does Navinia count as a being then?
She can do
We've
if you
got
want
1,
to
2,
use her.
3.
If not, she doesn't.
Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So as long as all the mounts disappear, then we still count as like
Wait,
under 10
wait,
beings.
how did you get
hiding
8?
in the hut?
Oh, yes. No, I forgot to count Cypher and Arkan.
Closure and
Arkan.
Yeah.
Yes, he is fucking amazing. Shadowmare is fucking cool.
That's very
Alright, so you guys fly or gallop or ride off and following your map, which is fairly simple. It's you go out of Fort William, you go up towards the north, and this leads you in a completely new direction for most of you from where you've been, especially having travelled through Borsin so much recently. You guys find yourselves on the very edge of the border, and there's almost an exact line where the border of Borsin ends, because the grasses that are sort of lush and not quite well kept, but there's some fruit trees and there's some paths, and as you look back you can see the odd bit of farmyard and landscape and fields where things are farmed. And as you look ahead you can see a river that runs through the divide in a sort of V shape, and you can see some trees and a lot of grey, and you can see the sky gets redder and darker and everything is getting cloudier up ahead and just darker and greyer and more dingy. It's almost like you're going backwards. It's like you're coming out of the Wizard of Oz and going into Kansas.
Fuck's sake.
So you guys arrive at the edge of this like big river. This is the divide, and once you have crossed this, you'll be in Trevice, on the southernmost border of Trevice. However, there is no obvious crossing. The Theritas, can you do me a survival check with advantage? Because you would have a vague idea of where the crossings might be.
I'll take the first one. That'll be a 24.
Okay. The Theritas, you are pretty certain that there's one that doesn't tend to get moved very much. It's quite well hidden, but it's almost bang in the centre. So you guys ride for about half an hour eastwards, and you find a patch of the river. It's very wide. It's probably half a mile wide, but loads and loads of trees have been felled and like shoved awkwardly. They haven't been nicely arranged. They've just sort of been like thrown about. And there's like a crossing that's basically made up of quite haphazard fallen trees and logs which have been thrown on top of each other. It's wide enough to go 2 at a time. Obviously anyone who's on the flying carpet can fly over, but anyone who is riding on a mount, you can go 1 at a time, or you can go next to each other. How would you like to proceed?
Can I just teleport me and my creature across?
How far does your teleport go?
I'm sorry?
How far does your teleport go?
As far as she needs, most of the time. But we can make like middle. So she goes first.
Well, half a mile is over 2,000 feet, so I'm going to say you can probably teleport to halfway across, and then you'll have to teleport again.
Okay, we can do that.
Okay. So, okay. I'm going to write this down. Okay, so Hannibal is teleports halfway across.
Vitharitus will take the lead across with the rest.
Okay, so the order you guys are going to go. So Vitharitus is going to go first. Flying carpet, you can just fly alongside. Hannibal is going way in front. So Kel and Arkin and Apricity, do you guys want to go? Yeah, you want to go next to each other. Okay.
Yeah. I want to ask Kel, how are you?
Yeah, not bad. Usual. Killing.
Okay.
Have we caught Killosia up with our plan? Or has he just gone, fuck it, I'll just come with you guys?
Oh, you can catch him up on your plan.
Cool. I'm going to take some time to catch Killosia up on the plan, because he doesn't seem to know what's going on.
There you go.
To be honest, you guys have no idea when I entered the room.
No.
Okay, so the Theratas, you can do a perception check. Hannibal, can you please do a dexterity check?
Rosie,
Okay.
Yes.
how long did that journey take us?
That journey will have taken you about an hour. So you're on about 9:30 in the morning now?
Shit.
Oh, hang on. Sorry, I forgot that I took that at advantage.
Okay.
Make that a 14.
Hannibal, you poof into the middle and take a second just to steady because the logs aren't all quite sturdy, but it shifts about half an inch and then you can stand still. You turn around and look to see where the others are. Are you going to poof to the other side and wait?
Yes, she will do that.
Okay, you land on the other side and you watch them all coming. Yeah, Theratas with a 14. You see Hannibal wobble a little bit when she gets to the middle of the bridge, and then poof, and she's on the other side. On the other side, everything is very grey and shadowy and misty, and you can see like a big stretch of marsh that's heading up and then disappears into the mist.
Okay, so nothing too out of the ordinary.
Nothing too out of the ordinary as far as you can tell. So the Theratas,
Yep.
the Theratas, Arkin, Apricity, and Kel, can you please do me dexterity checks?
Uh-oh.
Well, shit.
Oh, fucking 7 again. Just plain dexterity?
Just plain dexterity, please.
11.
Arissa, are you at the front of the carpet with Varric behind you, or is Varric at the front and you're holding onto his waist? Or secret option 3, whatever you want.
She's reclining.
Let me just double check that.
She's having a nap.
Okay, Varric, Arissa is lying down next to you, looking beautiful.
Maybe she's not asleep, but she's just chilling.
She chilling.
So that was a 14 there.
Okay, so Apricity, oh shit. You've got his stats, so can you roll for Arkin as well, please?
Okay.
Apricity, as you are trotting along, the front of the mount you're on, the front hooves sort of slip a little bit and it sort of stumbles to a halt while it finds its footing, and you slide forward suddenly a little bit. Killosia, your mount seems to be fine walking along. The Theratas, yours stumbles a little bit but manages to regain its composure. Arkin sort of grabs your arm, Apricity, and manages to hold you back like, oh okay.
Oh, thank you, Arkin. Wow, sorry. I wasn't paying attention.
He then looks a little bit embarrassed to have sort of like grabbed you. Oh, okay.
Hannibal is just looking at all of this in boredom.
You guys make it after 10-15 minutes or so. You get to the other side and you arrive on the sticky, oozy bank. It's grassy, but it's very boggy as well. And the further you proceed, the further north you go, the more marshy it gets. And your mount's hooves are completely submerged in about a foot of marsh. Sweet relief from confusion.
Ah, those wordings. Hi, back. Hi.
So our mounts are slowly getting stuck in the mud.
It slowly...
Jinx.
The further forward you get, the more your mounts are slowly sinking into this marsh. They eventually keep wading, and then they get up to sort of their knees. They're now in about 2 feet of marsh. It doesn't seem to be getting a lot deeper, but it is quite hard to move through. You make some slow progress. Can you all do a perception check for me, please?
Is that a disadvantage still?
Yes. It's now 10 a.m., Varric.
Really? Oh, that's okay. I rolled 2 19s. Oh no, wait, that's not a 19. That's a... Why the fuck does this 5 look like a 9? It's a 15, but then plus 8 makes 23.
Okay. Okay, so on your perception checks, guys, you guys start to hear what at first sounds like voices, and then starts to sound more like whispers. You can't make out exactly what's being said, but you can hear something whispering. And it sounds like it's all around you, but not close enough for you to hear what they're saying.
The mounts are expensive. Oh, I just looked up pictures of the swamp standards and now I feel sad again.
No. You guys don't feel particularly sad or happy, or you just feel a slight shiver as you hear no. The horse has concern.
No.
Oh, I can't. I'm gonna do a cry.
You guys,
Hey, horsey, can you swim?
you guys, your mounts are only 2 feet deep in this right now. You're good, but there is like whispering around you, and you remember that you are in the Whispering Marshes, and it is living up to its name.
Would I be able to concentrate really hard? And you've never seen the Neverending Story? Ugh.
Don't. You'll just get sad.
It's amazing. Oh my god, you guys. It's so good. Atreyu is the best. Would I be able to listen really hard to the whispering and see if I could make it out?
Sure, you can do another perception check.
Cool. It's probably not good enough to perception. That would be 14.
Okay.
Oh god, let the ship down.
You can catch the odd word, like unwelcome and strangers, but you can't quite hear the whole sentences.
Oh, it's Falcor. I thought it was Falcor.
Yeah, you got it wrong. I didn't want to point
It's
Let
been
him
years
talk
since I've seen it.
it out.
To me, Falcor always looked like a leper.
It looks like a leper.
Look at his skin, bro.
He's got like fluffy, shiny scales. He's beautiful. Okay, so we can hear like.
You can hear things like strangers and unwelcome, but you can hear. And some of it is not in languages any of you recognize.
The therapist is just going to ignore it and keep on riding.
Alright, you guys press onwards, and you hear rustling and movement, and you see dark shadows fleck across your vision in all different directions. Small hunched shapes who then grow bigger in size and then vanish suddenly into the gloom. You push.
I was then going to say I pull out my bow and arrow very
Question, am I immune to all of this because I'm on the other side? Or is this also affecting me?
You're walking together now because you've all crossed over this bridge. You're now walking through the
Oh,
marshes.
okay. Never mind then.
That's
Would I, like, have I ever, as Kel, explored this area or been in this area before?
We haven't discussed it, so I'm going to say no.
Okay.
Yeah.
As far as I'm aware for your story, you wouldn't have had any reason to come through here. So, no.
Okay.
And I think Arissa and me specified not traveling through here either.
No, I think...
Yeah, I've never-
Didn't you get on a
Did-
boat and go round or something?
Do you know?
Hang on.
I believe we said we dodged Travis, right? When traveling from Risha to
Yeah,
Bors.
I don't think we've went through Travis.
Okay, in that case, nope.
Everyone avoid Travis! Avoid Travis. The
I've not been there 'cause it sounds like-
Veritas, could you do me a history check with advantage?
Gonna need that advantage.
Come on, intelligence boy.
Alright. What's my negatives do to this?
700.
That'll be a 10.
Okay. You remember hearing stories about creatures that live in these marshes? You don't remember what they were, and you don't remember how the stories ended, but you're pretty sure that you've heard rumors of some creature being born here years ago who rose up to great power and was ousted by their family and is now rumored to be out in the world spreading chaos.
Chewbacca? Sorry, it just came out.
I will mute you.
Sorry, everything tense. Sorry.
The therapist will relay that on anyway.
What, the Cthulhu bit? Or the Chewbacca bit?
The creature from the woods. From the swamp.
Any telltale signs of when this creature is about to appear?
Well, if it does, we'll just put arrows in it till it stops. And then we have a mighty fine trophy.
I'll just relay that as far as I know, it's largely just stories.
And as far as you know, it's now out in the world causing chaos.
Oh yeah, that's true. Would we be able to look ahead and tell whether the swamp is going to get deeper and therefore impassable by the steeds, by the mounts?
Sure, do a nature check.
Oh, I think I'm good at that. Oh.
Oh.
I thought I was. I'm better at survival.
Why, wouldn't Vart be good at nature?
14.
Rosie,
Yes.
do marshes count as forest?
No.
No. Nice try.
Yeah, they're not
Actually,
present,
no.
so...
I should be saying yes, shouldn't I? Yes, they do.
No, but should I try a nature check?
Oh my god.
You can do, yes.
Shit, it's intelligence based.
Vicky, can you stop rolling the same thing as me?
It's 20
Oh,
past
shit, I didn't even notice.
20 past 10, Varric, so you're not there yet.
Oh, Jesus, fuck.
Okay, are you all rolling nature checks to see if it's going to get better?
Yeah, I don't want to betray you this shit and lose
Oh,
all
holy frickin' shit.
and then have to walk.
The good thing is it gets better there.
Obviously, Vithartus is feeling at home.
Wow,
Okay.
that's it, yeah.
Okay,
I haven't rolled over
Varric,
17 in a while.
Varric, you look ahead and all you can see is like dark, murky swamp waiting to eat you up and swallow you whole. You have visions of it getting deeper and deeper and you all sinking and drowning and dying and big dark shadows coming up from under the water to eat you. Arissa, this just fills you...
precious.
Arissa, this just fills you with unease. You don't like not being able to see the bottom. It's not making you feel very happy. You look around and Varric is like having a near panic attack on the carpet next to you. The Theratas, it looks like it should be okay. There's no obvious deep signs. The trees don't look as if they're any deeper or sunk any lower. Apricity, Kel, Arkin, Hannibal, etc. You guys too, you look ahead and it doesn't seem to be changing particularly. It seems like it might have leveled out for the time being. You also notice that there are creatures moving ahead of you that look fairly humanoid in shape. And if they are able to run through the water, then in theory they must be touching the bottom.
Okay. How far away are these humanoid things?
They keep flitting in and out of the distance. Some of them look like they're within 100 feet. Some of them look like they're within 20. Some of them vanish after they get to about 30, 40 feet closer to you, and then they just seem to disappear.
Barrett. Can I look in my ration pack and find some like dried meat or something and try and pass it over to Barrick to calm him down?
Yes, you may.
Hey buddy, I got you this.
Thank you.
Varric, you are suitably distracted from your trauma.
Or at least a little bit. Thank you, Arissa. Thank you, Christy. I sure hope we won't die like this. This seems a very sad place to die. No. He leans into the hug a little bit, like nervously shaking a little.
She doesn't like her. She just holds him.
I just realized I'm missing a spell page.
Dun dun dun!
God damn it.
Can someone please get that crazy fucking chipmunk that goes dun 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 thing? I can hear Verti typing. Who's gonna get it first? Varric.
Suspicious golfer.
Apparently, it's the Meadow Esquila.
Ah, of course.
That's what the link to it says, at least.
So, you guys press onwards, and eventually you realise that you're probably getting towards the centre now. It's getting on to 11 o'clock, Varric, so you're aware. And you guys have ridden for long enough that you should be roughly in the very centre of these marshes now.
Uh-oh.
Guys,
Mm-hmm.
if it took us longer to travel towards here than we planned, are we gonna get to safety again?
How do you mean?
Well, we were going to run from the bomb thing, right?
Yeah, but we don't need to run far if we use the Heart of Awesome that Arissa has.
We only need to get half as far as we need, I'd say.
Ah, True.
Cypher, not Cypher, Arkin did explain that might blow up the door and teleport you guys back into the material plane, and that might
No.
kill you.
Yeah, that was
Whilst
the
you were doing your
mention.
character sheet, it was a different thing. We were talking about the Arissa, what's it called? Someone's tiny hut.
Layman's.
Lehman's tiny hut.
That one. Which it says that spells don't affect it.
Oh, okay.
Spells don't affect it, I think.
Yeah.
So, I'm presuming that we know roughly that we're give or take on the right spot.
Oh yeah, that's a fair point. How do we know that we're...
Do me a
Can I fly up to see how far?
yes, Varric, you can do me a nature check with advantage. Everybody else who wants to check, so like Vitheritas, etc., can just do a nature check.
So I can do a straight nature check then, because it's at advantage, disadvantage.
Yes, if you're normally at advantage, then
Oh,
right, then yeah, it's natural. Yeah, just
I-
a straight one.
Can I send Warmin up with Varric?
yes, you may.
What would I roll then?
Do a perception check for Warman.
Oh, wicked perception is a good one.
Oh yeah, if you don't have a plus in nature, you can't do this check.
Oh, really? That counts for Theratus out, even though he got a 16.
Oh,
Oh, that's
I
So
okay.
rolled
minus 2.
That's okay.
That was
I
an
rolled a
18
plus.
minus 2.
I mean, you can try because you're trying. You were deliberately trying to find out where you were, so you can try. But it's more of a everyone in the entire party can't just go until someone rolls high. Okay. Yes. Between all of you and between those rolls, between Warman going up and looking, Varric having a look around, it's very difficult in Travis because as a country, it is very murky and grey. The skies are reddish, the clouds are red, everything is quite dark and gloomy. So just looking around, it does take you a little while to even get your bearings of how far distance-wise anything might be. But you manage to spot a glimpse of far off in the distance what is water, and you realise it'll be the ocean on some side of you. And those of you back on the ground, you look around and you sort of peer off into the mist and you get a vague idea of how far you've gone, and you know you've gone in a roughly straight line and you've been heading north. And yeah, you guys are pretty much where the red cross on your map asked you to be.
Do we know roughly how many miles it was back to the river?
Back to the river, let me just check my map. It will be about, hang on, I'm reading the wrong bit. About 6 or 7. So the river itself,
Okay.
the river itself is out of the blast radius.
Yep.
Yes, the whispering marshes do smell funny.
smells like duty.
Theratus will glance back at Varric and go, the rest of the country clears up a bit once you get past the marshes. Although the critters aren't any nicer.
but there's the demon skies and the. I guess you're used to it being, a demon and such. But
Also, it wasn't always like that.
it's better.
It used to be nicer.
Okay, then why did all this, demony stuff appear? I don't like it.
Yeah, so did most of the population when they were still here?
That'll be around 5 years ago.
In the meantime, how about we plant this bomb thing and get the hell out of here? Unless anyone wants to sightsee.
No, let's get back.
As lovely as your country is, the Theritas, I think we're done here.
It smells like shit.
I will
I'm gonna
point out.
shoot Keller a glare like I was trying to be nice to him.
Claw just looks back at you and just kind of puts his arms up and just shrugs.
Vithartus just shrugs as well. It's like, this is a swamp. There's not much to expect from it.
Christy has no fucking clue what Trevis looks like. She's just like, oh, this is lovely. I like what you've done with the place.
Erissa's just like, Emily's better.
Annabelle is just like, I've seen worse.
Pretty sure if there was gnomes in this place, they would have drowned in here by now.
Hey.
He does say that, but it gives you a fucking grin when he says it.
I'll be less offended then. How are we going to plant this device? Putting it in the swamp itself might not be the best idea. The Theritas, if you made that suggestion about putting it on a plinth in character, then that might not be a bad idea.
I could throw it.
Plenty of trees around here. We could just leave it in a tree.
Yeah? So maybe like wedge it into the Y shape of a tree or something?
I'm certain there's a suitable place we can leave it.
DM, can we look around for a tree?
Of course you may. Roll a investigation check.
Oh, crap.
It's always what I like to hear. Oh, crap.
Then was boring.
Did you say investigation?
Yes, if you're going to help them look for a tree or a stump or a place to put it.
Okay.
Well, at disadvantage, I'm not much use. That's a lucky 7.
Hey, lucky 7.
One tactical nuke at a time. I'm pinning that because that one's fun. Oh yeah, pin it. Okay. Apricity, you notice something. Hannibal, you peer a bit closer and you see on a sort of the bough of a tree. They're all quite long and spindly. A lot of them have like clumps of branches and sort of bushy things up in them. One of them, sort of like a couple of branches have fallen down and is sitting on top of the swamp, and perched on top of like a bundle of these like fallen like sticks from this tree, you see a nest. And it doesn't seem to be sinking. It seems to be sort of sitting on these like fallen bits of log and twig.
Would that one do? Annabelle says as she points at the said tree.
Is there anything inside the nest?
Yes, there are 3 eggs. Sort of dark yellow, sort of vomit-coloured eggs.
Nice. Would I have seen anything similar?
You can do me a nature check.
Rosie,
Yes.
have I eaten something similar?
Not that you remember, Varric.
In that case, I'd probably try to swipe one.
Okay. Are you trying to do it without anyone noticing, or are you just going to take one?
I'll actually sleight of hand it because it would be the more the kleptomanic part, just going
Okay.
Ooh, that's something I haven't eaten.
Do me a sleight of hand check then. Apricity. These are very large, dark, sort of gross yellow coloured eggs. They're about the size of a squirrel, so they're quite large eggs. They look odd. Like the eggs themselves seem to have almost like scale patterns on them, and you don't recognise them. The only thing you can think of is that the scale pattern reminds you of maybe a dragonborn or something, but you're pretty sure they don't hatch from eggs.
Can Hannibal match one of the eggs with one of her portals? Or is that not a thing?
Maybe.
Like, make it go into the void.
Potentially. Do a dexterity check.
Yep.
How many eggs is there to begin with? Because that's 2 now that's gone.
Yeah, I think as I'm checking the eggs, I'm
I
going to
think
notice
there's one left.
Yeah. Var
Dexterity.
takes one. I'm going to say you notice that because it's right next to you.
Oh, damn. Got a 20.
Okay. One of them sort of, you see like a portal appear beside it, and then it disappears into this portal and vanishes.
Don't eat that.
But it looks tasty.
We don't know what it is.
Mama
Only
bird
one-
might get pissed.
Let's not come all this way for you to get fucking food poisoning from a rotten egg and die in a swamp.
Varric, dysentery is a really bad.
Did anybody try and get the egg from him?
Well, I'm waiting for him to respond because he's typing. Yes, Barrick, food can hurt you.
No.
Yes, Varric, yes, can.
No.
I think he's more horrified at the idea of food hurting him. So
Arkin's gonna say this to Varric. See, Uncle Kell's arm? Food did that to him.
Lies.
Shall I roll a deception check?
No, I'm not rolling against it. I'm just going lies no matter what.
Varric refuses to believe anything bad of his food. I mean, you know, guys, you could distract him by telling him to pick a card, but let's not go there. So, Apricity, would you like to do anything with the remaining egg? Would you like to put the bomb in with it? Would you like to do anything? Would you like to look for something else? What would you like to do?
I'm very tempted to take one home and hatch it and see what it is. However, if it's in Travis, I'm feeling that might be a bad idea.
Not everything in this country is out to kill you.
It's like
Most of it.
I was going to say, I have not seen any evidence on the contrary. Even the
Yeah.
swamp wants to kill me.
Kell's just gonna look at Verity with that comment.
it's like the Australia of Mercer.
And you're looking at the Australian of Mercer.
Going, it's fine, guys, it's fine. Just don't rile it up, it'll be fine. Yeah. Who's for putting a bomb in a nest?
I will only blow one egg up. I can still taste this one, so yeah, why not?
Oh, very. Where did the other egg go? Did we notice?
It disappeared into a portal.
Ah, it wasn't me.
Where the hell has that one gone? Barrick,
It wasn't me.
show me your pockets.
I only have this egg, and I show her the one egg that I actually have carefully packed. And I carefully put it back, and then I go, there's nothing else except for my arrows, daggers, 2 whips, few bear traps, some food. Oh, there's also the BDSM whip.
Oh, don't get it out yet.
Navinier's ears prick up. And you hear her sigh and go, oh, not again.
So, if we were to put this bomb in this nest, where would be a good place for us to retreat to, does everyone think?
Far away.
But like, we need to all stick together as we retreat, so that Arissa can make sure we're all in the little house on the prairie or whatever it's called.
I'd say
House on the prairie. I love it. That's what it's called now.
a safe 100 feet.
So behind that rock over there, I'm assuming there's
Yes.
a rock nearby.
That rock.
That
And does
rock.
everyone run at the same speed?
Well, that's what I'm worried about. If we're all stuck in the mud,
DM, can I like lift them up with magic and place them on dry land?
I don't know if there is dry land here. We're in the middle of a
There
fucking swamp.
is no dry land, so
No?
you could lift them
Oh.
up, but the problem is they then squelch back into the mud.
Ouch.
Couldn't I just hold a levitating spell over them so they can almost like run across the mud in a like teleportation manner?
You could
Like
get
it's
3 of them in a teleport.
3 of them.
You could do 3 of them, yes.
But
Can I
are
try to carry
there
it
3
into-
steeds? I can just teleport. That's what I'm asking.
You can teleport a little bit, as in you can teleport them about a quarter of a mile.
Okay, I'll do that then. To all the people that are stuck.
Well, for teleport, you can teleport 2 of them at a time.
Yeah, we need everybody to travel together and be in the same place at the same time. So Arissa.
Wait, isn't Varric and Arissa still on the carpet thingy?
Yeah, they're on the carpet, so they'll be.
Yeah, so why would he lift her up?
Oh, in that case, I'll lift up Apristi. I sort of expected that we put the carpet down to
Okay.
travel with the party, but this
Then
makes
I'm
sense
gonna
as well.
levitate the steeds with the people on them. So there's 3 steeds, right? So I'm gonna levitate the 3 of them.
At
So
the
they
very
can run
least-
over mud.
Okay. As long as we all end up in the same place, so that Arissa can do the spell, then however we get there is good.
Yeah, you're technically you can run. You're it's like it's just making you float a bit so you can actually run over the mud instead of sinking. Gravity.
And as long as no one tries to outrun Arissa and that carpet, we should be fine.
Sounds good.
Okay, so to confirm.
And general recommendation, run south.
Good shout.
Right, sorry, just putting in my notes of what everything is. Okay, so your plan is to set the bomb in the nest.
Mm-hmm.
Are you taking the egg or not? The last one.
I don't want it.
Vitharatus was shrugging, just lean down and grab the egg.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Verti.
There was no point leaving it in there with a bomb.
Vertix. He's a paladin, man. Okay, so plan. Okay, so Vertix the egg. You're gonna put the bomb in the nest, and then carpet, fly, and Hannibal will levitate. Are you levitating them so they can like run faster?
Yeah. So they can run over mud. Like it's the dry ground.
Okay. Okay. If you do all of them, you will literally just be able to bring them to the top of the mud. So they'll still have to roll to run, but it'll be easier. Because
Yes,
if
that's what I was
you're gonna use enough magic to do all of them,
Yes.
just to make it not completely OP and ridiculous. Okay. So you're gonna set the bomb, set it off, and then just run like fuck with Hannibal assisting you. Alright. Where are you running to? Or are you going to wait till the carpet stops and then just all like crowd around the carpet?
Vitharatus has every intention of just following Arissa.
Yeah. Arissa, where are you going?
And Varric usually has that.
That rock over there?
There's a rock
I
like
reckon-
off to the south in the distance.
So while you're getting the thing set up, Arkin's going to be setting up the bomb.
Yeah, I mean, I could go there now, maybe.
How long does it take for the spell to be cast?
1 minute.
How wicked. That's anyway.
So it takes 1 minute, but you guys have to be there when I cast it because otherwise you won't be able to come in.
Okay. So, Arkham is doing the bomb.
Alright, so if we're starting this now, then
Tick tock, tick tock.
Arkin, can you please roll me a intelligence check?
Oh, can I help him anyway?
If you want to.
Just roll a straight intelligence. I don't think I'm much help, guys. Oh shit, natural 20.
Okay, nat 20 for Arkin, and was that a 15 for you helping, Christy?
Yeah, just a
Okay.
straight intelligence.
While those two are fiddling about with the bomb, putting all the cogs back into place and starting to wind up the handle, what is everyone else doing?
The therapist will just be studying the swamp just to make sure that we're not getting crept up on.
Okay, do a
And
perception
Kel's gonna be
check.
Kel's gonna be standing next to the bomb folk and staring at the sky just in case that bird comes at us that we just stole the eggs from.
Oh, the therapist
Alright.
is definitely not very perceptive. That's only a 9 at the moment.
Okay, again you can hear whispers and you can see dark shapes flittering about on the edges of your vision. Okay, Arkin, can you make me a dexterity check?
Okay.
Okay. Again, it's very grey clouds and you can't really see very far and it's sort of dark, reddy sky.
Arkin and dexterity check, did you just say?
Yes, please.
Oh.
In case he's got shaky
No.
in case he's got shaky hands.
Oh.
Oh no.
So 8.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Boom.
Okay. So Arkin has been fiddling about and sets it off and starts cranking the handle. All the cogs are now in place and it's glowing a sort of purpley gold colour. And it's buzzing a little bit too. Sat in the very centre of this nest where the eggs used to be. When you start turning the handle, a sort of poof comes out of it. A small gust of wind and energy sort of comes around you. It ruffles all of your hair. The carpet flutters. The hair on the manes of your mounts flutters back and forth. Everybody braces themselves, ready for what they do. Yeah, everyone brace yourself to make backup characters. Okay, Arkin. Arkin is turning it. And it's creaking and he turns the handle and it's winding and winding and you hear the cogs tighten. And you then hear a click and a metallic thunk. And Arkin looks up. Guys, I think it's about to blow.
Yeah, Kel's gonna say, right, move now.
Run!
The therapist just kicks his mount into action to like bolt.
Okay.
Erisa gets the carpet going.
Shit. Varric was not Varric is still nervously sitting and looking at everything happening.
Okay.
Will he sit? Will he stay seated on the carpet if it takes off? Then.
Okay. So, Arissa and Varric, do me a dexterity check each. Hannibal.
Oh dear.
Hannibal,
Yes.
do me a charisma check.
Oh shit, he's still got
Charisma.
Oh no! Oh god, Varric's dead. Varric's dead.
Is it check or save?
Just a check. Just a check.
Damn it!
It is about 20 to 12. Okay.
Awesome.
Okay. Okay, Arissa. Right, okay, all of those. Vitheritas, Apricity, Arkin, and Kalosia. Can you all also do dexterity checks? Hannibal, with your 14, you managed to continue to concentrate on your spell and keep focused so you're not distracted by any of the noises or the countdown or any of that, and you keep the levitation going and you ride your mount as well, your creature, and everybody feels their mounts come up on top of the mud and they start running. Okay.
I'm legit not fucking around here.
Okay, so keeping on with this. So, Arissa, you stay on the carpet as it swerves from side to side. Varric, you flip off the back of the carpet and are now dangling from it, holding onto the back of it with one hand. However, your foot is now stuck in this swamp, so Varric, can you do me a strength check to pull your foot out?
Wait, those are not at disadvantage.
There you go. Apricity, you manage to stay on as you are riding. Kel got a 20, so yeah, Kel manages to keep riding, and Vitheritas, you managed to stay seated as well. Yeah, you managed to stay seated too. And Hannibal, you managed to stay on there. You can fly if you can pull your foot out.
In that case, let me check. Rolled strength is +2 then. Yeah, that makes a 17 total.
Okay. Yes, you managed to pull your foot out, and Arissa, you feel a sudden whoa on the back of the carpet as Varric's weight pulls down on it and he holds himself back onto it. Sort of Kalosia and Apricity, could you please do me a perception check?
Oh, I'm rolling so mediocrely today.
Okay. Apricity, you still focusing on holding onto your mount. You manage to keep riding and catching up with the carpet as they start to slow down as they approach the rock. Kalosia, you see the shape of Arkan slip and fall back off the back of the mount and land with it in the marshy mud. And you've noticed that he's off. You can continue to ride, or you can attempt to do something. What would you like to do?
I'm going to stand up on my horse, jump in the middle of the air. As I'm guessing I'm going further and further away due to my horse riding. Once I'm done halfway through the backflip in mid-air, I'm going to dimension door directly to Arkin,
Okay.
and then try and pull him out of the mud.
Okay, do me a dexterity followed by a strength, please.
Dex save. Saves are just normal.
Just a dexterity check.
Okay. And a strength save.
No, just a strength check. Yeah, Hannibal is concentrating a lot right now. Was the 15 for your dex or for your strength?
Strength.
Okay, for your strength. Okay. You manage to pull Arkin up. His feet are still in it, and your feet are now in the marsh as well. So if you guys are going to start running after people, or even to do a dimension door, you're going to have to spend some time pulling your feet out because you can't.
Yeah.
You can't just pull yourself out.
Okay. I am just literally gonna use my mechanical arm to give me an advantage on the strength check.
Okay.
To pull him out of the mud and throw him over my shoulder and start running.
Okay, do the strength check.
Oh.
Oh dear. What happened? That's Dungeons and Dragons for you.
You've now had about
Sorry, 19.
You've now had about 2 minutes of your time, by the way, guys.
Am I by the rock yet?
You will be in about 30 seconds.
Okay. And it takes me about a minute to actually cast it.
Yes.
Chop chop, guys.
No pressure.
As soon as Pytharetus is near that rock, he's gonna dismount and dispel his mount.
Okay. You are going to land in the marsh, though.
Yeah.
Alright. Anyone who lands in the marsh. No, I refuse to lose players over things that happened from a roll of a dice. No. Anyone who gets there, you land in the marsh, so you have to do a strength check to like pull yourselves up and out of it as she casts the spell around you. 19. Okay, Kaloji, you managed to get him out and he's over your shoulder. So can you do a are you then gonna run back towards them?
Yeah, it was a 25. I just forgot to put the 1 next to the 9 there.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, the 19's fine anyway, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to run back towards them. So do me athletics with disadvantage, because you're running through the swamp.
Yep. Athletics. Oh, God.
Okay.
No, they can comment like that.
Arissa, you can start casting now. So you're coming...
Oh my God.
You're coming up on your 3rd minute.
How many people do I have with me?
You have got, as far as I can tell, you've got yourself, Varric, Apricity, Veritas, and Hannibal. So 4 besides yourself.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
That was advantage.
So it's really Arkin and Kel that I'm waiting on.
Okay. Are you going to cast it? Are you going to wait for them to get back?
You don't have time.
Yeah, I was going to say, how long do we have left?
You are in your 3rd minute, so you've got less than a minute and a half left before it'll go off.
I'm going to have to start casting. So yeah, Arissa just begins casting the spell.
Yeah.
Apricity's gonna be there. Like, she will have noticed if she's gotten there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, she's gonna be there screaming for them to hurry the fuck up.
Actually,
Like screaming.
Okay. Okay. That's fine. coming up on your 4th minute. Kalasia is now about 100 feet away from you guys.
What's the range of stuff?
I'm quickly frantically checking my spell slots.
Can I ask, is Hannibal, have you then dropped the levitation spell? Because we're all now here, apart from the last ones, or are you still focusing your levitation?
You're already
on
there. DM, so it's already there?
Those 5 are. If you want, you
Okay.
can keep levitating them so they don't sink into the mud, so they can all be standing up, or you can drop it.
Okay. Did you see my message just now?
Yeah, you can do that. Arissa is
Okay.
casting on the carpet. Varric is sat next to her. And
I'm on
you've got
Arkan's mount without Arkan.
You've got Apricity on a mount, Vitheritas on the ground.
Can I shout to Hannah? Dimension door back to them and get them.
She can't take all of us.
She can take 2 people at a time. I believe.
You can only take one person the same size of her.
Oh,
So you
fuck
let
my
some
actual
people.
lie. Don't
Alright,
fucking make me choose.
Arissa's spell is coming to fruition. You've got about 32 seconds left.
Rosie,
How far away are they at the moment?
Rosie, with my
about 70, 60 feet.
so with my flying speed, would I be able to reach them and back within time?
You won't be able to carry 2 of us at
You
all.
won't be able to
No,
take them though.
You can't
I know, but I
you can't
have
carry
another
two.
idea.
Hannah, go
Okay,
and get
so
one
the
and
one-
Barry
Rosie-
get one.
Rosie, this has nothing to do with me carrying them. I have another idea.
Okay, so
I have a spell.
How much time do we have left?
Like
In
seconds,
game,
30 seconds.
In game, you've got 30 seconds. I will pause the timer for the moment while you are discussing what you are doing, because in the heat of the moment, it would all happen.
For you guys to
Varric-
fly 70 feet and then come back.
Varric, what do you want to do?
Well, the idea is I fly over, touch them both, and cast Long Strider on them, making them run twice as fast.
Okay, and then fly back.
And then fly back as fast as possible.
Okay. Do you need to concentrate or cast anything, or is it something you can instantly do?
It's a touch spell that's instant.
Okay. In which case, in the time, you could cast it on one of them, so you could cast it on Cal.
Oof.
But he is carrying him, so
So if I were to cast it on Kel, that would help both of them.
it would help both of them because he could then run faster. Yes. Does it double?
I'll do
Does it double his running speed? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll do that.
So, in the final 30 seconds, Arissa's magic pops into place, and there's like a door that will then close around all of you. Hannibal, you are just on the outside, ready to come in, but I'm assuming you're going to keep an eye on Varric while he does this first.
Yes.
So currently inside, able to look out through the transparent barrier are Arissa, the carpet, Apricity, and Vitheritas. Okay. Varric, can you do me a athletics check?
God. Oh, that's strength. That's a nat 20, so 25.
Oh, fucking hell.
And you're going to do long stride?
Yeah, long stride.
Okay. Varric, could you please also do me a final athletics check for flying back and getting in again?
23.
Okay. Okay. Hannibal, could you do me a dexterity check? Okie doke. Okay, Kalasia, can you do me a dexterity check as well?
How many seconds do I have left? And how far am I away?
About 15.
Okay.
Just tell me your dexterity check. Okie dokes.
I rolled a 2.
Okay.
Oh,
Could you, for Arkin, please roll me a acrobatics check?
What's that?
Could you, for Arkin, roll an acrobatics check?
Yep.
No way.
Everyone's typing.
Oh, tick tock tick.
Okay, 14. Alright. You guys, Hannibal holding yourself, waiting for Varric to fly back. Varric comes flying back as fast as he possibly can as the last few seconds before the boom go off. Arissa, being aware of this, you know for a fact that you have to close this or you're going to lose everybody. In the last couple of seconds, Arkin is hurled from Kaloja's arms through the door. He lands and he will hit Apricity. Sorry about that. Both of them taking 6 points of just thumping damage as he knocks into you, and you both sort of land.
All you hear is Kel screaming, "Close the door!"
Kel is not going to make it back in the 3 seconds you've got remaining, and Varric, you only just get through. Hannibal, would you like to give up your chance of getting in to push Varric through the door, or do you want to run in yourself?
Well, of course, she's going to make Varric reach the damn door.
Okay.
She's just going to scream as she pushes him with her magic. Take care of Arissa, you dumbass!
Okay.
And I close.
Okay. The Theratas cast Shield of Faith. Okay. And while I am looking up something else and rolling about 20 million dice, the Theratas will remind me what Shield of Faith does.
Not that it was gonna do much, but
Alright, plus 2 AC.
The ball misses.
Okay. Now then, as far as I remember, and I will, because I had this up a second ago, but I'm currently doing a lot of dice because I have written a plan of how much damage you take depending on how close you are to the bomb. So you guys ran to about 100 feet away? Was that how far you decided to go?
200, yeah.
200. So you're 200 feet away. At the rock. Okay, 200 feet. Alright, I'll mark you off.
Hey, mate.
On here.
Ja, ik kan de steun wel gebruiken.
Okay, so Arissa, you are in a 10-foot radius dome. All the creatures are in. Well, not all the creatures. The dome is immobile until the spell ends. You can make it dimly a little dark. The outside is any color, but it's transparent on the inside, so you guys can see out. All right.
This could be grim.
Arissa, would you like to pull the shutters down and make it go completely non-transparent, or would you like to keep looking outside?
Yes. Yes.
Which one?
I mean,
Both.
make it dim.
do you want everyone to be able to see, or do you want to sort of?
No, I'm making it dim so no one can see out.
Okay.
The last thing you really see of Kel.
Oh, shush, you melodramatic arsehole.
No. Is after he throws Arkin, you just see him standing there looking at you guys, and just turns around and faces the bomb.
Oh my god, come on!
Cool, man. Don't look at explosions. He's shitting himself.
Yeah, Hannibal is as soon as the bomb explodes and the flames reach her back, she's just gonna go. Fucking great.
Okay.
And then you know the rest.
Okay. Arissa makes the dome black to outside. Alright, you guys are within this, so I've got to roll a shit ton of dice now. Okay, Kaloja and Hannibal. I will do you guys last. Okay, the highly
Just message me it.
intense magic that radiates from this bomb. It blasts through your dome, it doesn't falter. The spell doesn't disappear. However, those of you inside do take some damage from the sheer force of the blast. And that will be wherever they've gone. Okay, everybody inside the dome, you take 13 points of sort of force damage. Like, you feel like you almost feel the blast pass through you, but it's not completely knocked and winded you. Could everybody inside the dome, so that would be Apricity, Arissa, Arkin, and Vitheritas, and Varric, could you all please take the 13 points of damage and make me a Constitution save?
+4 on that, people.
Yeah, bitches!
I could do with that +4.
Hang on. Arissa got a 4 with a +4.
Oh, with a +4. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's +6. Okay. Wait, what did I roll? I rolled a 2.
Okay.
So 8.
Okay, so is that an 8 for Arkin?
Yep.
Okay. So Arkin and Arissa.
I rolled 7 total,
So
but it wasn't that one.
okay.
Just for fairness, gonna put that out there.
Okay. 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 So, inside the dome, you guys will take 13 points of, like, force damage. And looking around, you hear some coughing. Arkin and Arissa have started to get nosebleeds and, like, really sore chests from the force. Varric, you take a further 10 points of damage. And you are coughing up quite a bit of blood. Okay. Meanwhile, outside the Merry Dome... Jesus Christ. I don't have enough dice to do this.
If you need me to
You
roll
never want to
some,
hear a DM say that.
I don't have enough dice.
if
Rosie,
you need me to
just
roll some, I have a few here.
Alright.
message me the damage, would you?
I will message you the damage. Hang on, I'm gonna have to do this. Alright, here we go. Alright, so you guys take... Holy shitballs. Well, a few of them got 1s, so there you go. Okay. Okay. Okay, Kalasia and Hannibal, you take 64 points of damage. So 64 points of damage each to you two outside. And can you also make me a Constitution save, please?
Save is still the 21.
Yep, you still roll the d20. If you've got anything different for your save, it'll be on top. But otherwise, just use the same thing.
You okay?
If they're roughly within 10 feet of me, would my aura penetrate the other way out?
I'm going to say not outside of a magical sphere, no.
Yep.
Same as the magic from the blast
Can't get
couldn't
in.
necessarily get in. Well, it did a little bit, because my god, this bomb was
Enough.
made of some crazy shit, Mara. There was some crazy shit in this bomb, my friends. Okay, Hannibal, was that an 18 for your constitution?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. She's gone so high pitched it's not happening anymore. Rob, what was Kalosia's constitution save?
Not one.
Oh, okay. Kalasia, I will message. No, I'll tell you. Hannibal, you just take the 64 points of damage, get a bit of a nosebleed, and really hurt. Unless that is more than your hit points, in which case you are down. Kalosia, you not only take the points of damage, if you're not down, because I can't remember your hit points right this second, you also have major internal hemorrhaging and bleeding. And I will message you. I have previously discussed a moment ago. What else may have happened to you? So, how long are you going to leave this dome up, Arissa? Because it's silent inside. It all goes dark around the edges. You make sure that you can't see anything outside, and you cannot hear anything. How long would you like to leave it?
I ask Arkin if he knows how long the actual bomb will be dangerous for, or if it's
Arkin is just staring into space with tears rolling down his eyes.
But
Arissa, we need to see.
He does think, and because when he was talking to Vincent Per about it, he said, I think it only lasts a couple of seconds, so any time will be okay.
That was really damn quiet, I bet.
He says it only lasts a few seconds.
Alright, I take a few deep breaths, sit back up.
Arissa, if they need healing, I need to get out there.
Varric, can you jump in the other chat for me for a sec?
Yeah, of course.
Anyone can leave freely.
Hello.
Hello. Varric, you have got internal bleeding in your lungs. So if you are not healed properly, and you need to be healed by, as in properly, so more than like say 10 hit points, then you're slowly going to start to bleed out through your lungs that have been penetrated.
Oh shit.
Yeah. All right, back in the group.
I don't like you anymore, Rob.
Okay. Okay. So for the third task, yes, you can leave, but you can't come back in again, correct?
Apparently, I can come back in as well.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it says they can move freely.
Yeah, so Vithartus is just going to rush on out. And
I've made the
since he
dome
couldn't
touch.
see, he's going to try and see who needs the most healing.
Oh yes, if you move outside of it, then you aren't protected by it. But yeah, that's fine.
Nope.
Okay. You make it transparent again. Okay. So Vitheritas, what would you like to do when you step outside?
He's going to go to the person that he assumed needs the most healing and then drop as much of his healing into them as he can.
Okay, the closest one to you is Hannibal. Hannibal, have you dropped below 0?
I'm currently at 1. What I wanted to do is, as soon as he comes near me, I'm gonna glare at him with blood running down my lips and like completely burn. And I was just like, go fucking heal Verti. And then she's just gonna turn to dust. Like
Say
literally
that.
in front of his eyes. Her form is just going to slowly dissipate into dust.
Okay. You guys also all see this.
She was pissed the whole time.
You guys wouldn't hear what she said, but you guys could see it happen.
Well, Arista starts crying. But she also knows that if she leaves the area, the dome will disappear, so she doesn't try to leave.
Okay.
Arkin's just on his knees, looking around. Verti as well, could you do me a favor?
Yep.
Find me, do a perception check.
And yes, I meant Varric, not Ferdinand. Let's see why I said that. Sorry.
I've noticed that Varric's bleeding, so I'm going to go over to him and give him my greater healing potion, please.
That'll be a
Okey-dokey.
90 perception.
Okay, Murray, you do see the top half, or like just the shoulders and head, kind of face first in the mud. With like his mechanical arm just kind of outstretched forward, but the rest of him is kind of completely submerged in dirt.
Melodramatic. Can you roll for the hit points for your greater restoration spell? The potion.
The great
So-
healing spell.
Oh, he's just gonna drop 25 lay of hands directly onto him. So
Cool.
25 hit points straight away.
And apricity for
And then he'll-
doing yours to Varric. Can you
Yeah.
do your roll too?
Trying to get my dice out whilst the cat's trying to eat my bag.
Kel is still unconscious.
That's right. I've got a second ace up my sleeve.
Wait, Gal, if you're healed but while being unconscious, that starts you at 1 hit point, right?
No, he's just generally unconscious.
Okay.
Okay. Yep. Varric,
Yes.
Varric,
Yes.
That
that does it.
Stabilize.
Oh,
you.
that does it. Thank you.
Jesus. I'm just gonna like give Varric the biggest fucking hug around his neck that I can.
You get a lot of blood from his lungs all over your shoulder, but he is better.
I don't give two shits.
He's still unconscious.
Vetheritas, do you want to do a strength check to sort of pull him out?
Yep.
Okey-doke.
You'll want to actually get him up before he does the next spell.
I just realized that Hannah pulled the Avengers one. She literally turned to dust. I didn't even realize.
Varric! Mr. Varric, I don't feel so good.
Nah,
Too soon.
it's like, fuck this shit. Pretty much.
Okay. Alright, 12 strength. Actually that'll do it because you pull, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe you pull out up to about the groin area, and the rest of Kalosia is non-existent.
Yep.
So he's got arms, legs, a neck, head, torso, like little stubby bits of leg, and his, genitals, but the rest of his legs have completely been blasted off.
Everyone who can now possibly hear is now getting an awesome, dictionary of infernal swearing.
I don't think we can hear anything, but we can see
No,
it.
but you can see and you can imagine.
I have heard him mutter in Infernal. I think I can translate.
If you can lip read from a distance, you wouldn't have much trouble. So he's going to use Cure Wounds.
Okay.
Not that that's going to grow legs back, but it'll stop.
The person who can grow legs back is gone.
Fuck.
Indeed, you just lost an awesome healer.
Why is it always the
You
healers?
do also notice the side of his jaw was partially missing, but it's just now looked like it's healed. Same with some part of half of his face and eye when you roll him over.
Yep.
Okay. So your strength will pull him out, because there wasn't that much of him to pull out. Meanwhile, everybody just do me a perception check, please.
Do I even get a chance?
I was gonna say, can I shove a normal healing potion down Arkin?
Yes, you may. Roll for Arkin to be back up. Anyone who isn't too distracted by doing things but may have a look around and do a perception check to just look around your
Rosie, is it even remotely fair that I'd get a chance?
I mean, you're better, so I mean, you could still sort of have a look. You can like peer around you.
I'll do that. But how? This didn't take long enough that it's 12 yet, right?
No. Probably about 10 minutes to 1:45, maybe. Okay.
Yeah.
16 for the second heal for Cal, 18 for Arkin. Okay, yeah, you can have a look. Once you've done some healing, you can sort of sit and have a look around. Okay. As you guys look and you suddenly, you sort of get distracted by the people you have to heal, but then suddenly you remember what it is you were here to do. And as you look around through the now translucent dome, you see there's almost like a crater in this marshy swamp. There are no trees that you can see. Almost the mist itself seems to have been blasted away. You can just see this sort of dark reddish sky. You know it's the daytime, but it's Trevice and it's very red and dark and dingy and gloomy. You can hear in the distance what sounds like bird screeches and cries. You can't hear anything that sounds like humans screaming, but it does sound like animalistic, but it's a very long way away. And everything, as far as your eyes can see, is just blasted apart.
I think we pissed something off, guys.
Can really hear that, Persody.
Oh, so I think we pissed something off, guys.
Well, I'd like to suggest to get to safety.
Let's see if I'm going to be smart enough to work this out.
Was Arissa coughing up blood, or did she just have a nosebleed?
Arissa had a nosebleed, yeah.
Thertus is going to try and work out whether he's stabilized Kel enough. At least to see if he's safe enough to move.
He'd be safe enough to move at the moment, yes.
Alright. Well, then he's going to look over Arissa and the carpet and go, Kel's going to have to ride with you.
I'm going to run out of the dome towards the Theratus and his carriage.
I think I will dissipate the dome now, since it seems safe and Kel can't actually enter it.
Okay. So, are you guys going to get back on mounts and carpets and hoist Kel onto the back of a mount?
Rosie?
Mm-hmm.
Considering the current state of things, I assume that Varric won't fly home either.
No, I don't think Varric would be able to fly. So, Prosody, you get up to Cal, you notice that he's unconscious. He's started to be healed. You can tell that the paladin is working his magic on him. However, his legs have been blasted off.
Does it look like his legs are still bleeding, or has the Theratus managed to stop that?
The bleeding stopped. They're like stable, but crap.
Yeah, half his face is missing pretty much as well.
Okay, guys. Can everybody please do me a perception check?
I'm not going to bother with Arkin right now.
No.
Shit, that's still bad.
I'm gonna go back to Arkin and grab one of his hands just to make sure that he's okay.
He's shaken and not paying a lot of attention, but he is, like, physically, he's okay. Okay. Alright. I will leave you in the marshy swamps, in the whispering marshes, on this. You guys crowding around Kaloja, having seen Hannibal disappear angrily into dust. Seeing Varric come back from the brink of, lung collapse, essentially. And seeing Kaloja's legs blasted into smithereens and hoping to revive him. Kneeling in the marshes, you see the world devastated around you. And only Orissa and the Theritas notice dark shapes coming at you from all sides.
Oh shit.
What a fucking cliffhanger.
The good thing is that I will attack maybe next session instead of, having disadvantage on everything I do.
How long is that spell?
Okay, yeah, I can type what she said. 1 sec.
Thank you. I think I just realized how fucked I am next session.
Okay. Alright, I will stop the recording and everyone shout bye to the recording and we'll discuss XP.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, that's pretty much what she said.